Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. We greet you on this the 17th day of the month of Rabiul Thani of the year 1445, or the 30th day of October of the year 2023, I think, from my Caribbean island of Trinidad with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In previous videos since the war started, at this phase of the war in the Holy Land in Israel, for maybe 2 weeks now, I think it was in my first response, yes, that I argued that if Israel was unaware that this attack was coming, and the government and armed forces of Israel were taken completely by surprise, then a camel can also pass through the eye of a needle, and a cow can also jump over the moon. Yes, it's so funny. No, they're lying. They're lying, of course. They knew it was just another Pearl Harbor. It was another 9/11. They knew that this attack was coming, and they allowed 1,000 Israelis who could have still been alive today to be killed. Yes, they sacrificed their lives of their own people, cynically so. Why? Because they had an agenda. What is that agenda? We argued in our first response that in the same way that the United States government allowed Pearl Harbor to take place so that it could transform public opinion in the United States, which was against the United States entering the Second World War, to be changed, to be transformed, and allow the United States, with public opinion, to enter the Second World War, and that's what happened. We said that in the same way that there was a plan, a master plan behind 9/11, they allowed 9/11 to take place. And so many thousand lives were lost, except, of course, those who were told don't go to work on that day, and they didn't go to work. So many lives were lost who could have been saved. But the United States cynically allowed all these lives to be lost because they had an agenda for their troops to be, they call it boots on the ground, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, etc., in Syria, etc., seeking regime change. And so similarly we argue that Israel had a big plan ahead of it because that's why they allowed this to happen. What could that plan be? We are offering some political and military analysis, knowing that I'm not an expert in the field, so what I offer is chicken feed compared to what others can do who are experts in the field. But I can offer some comments. And I said what Israel wants is to get the war to expand. What Israel wants is to suck the United States and Britain, NATO, into the war, into that region of the world, so Israel doesn't have to fight alone. And what Israel wants is to expand the war in such a way that she can achieve a number of objectives, not just dealing with the Islamic resistance in Gaza, not just with dealing with Hezbollah in Lebanon, who is a threat to Israel, but the most important one of all is to denuclearize Iran, and if possible to get regime change in Iran. That is the master plan. This is my view in my first response. Events which have unfolded since then have confirmed my views that this is not just a war between Israel and the Islamic resistance. You don't need an aircraft carrier in the Mediterranean Sea next to Israel if it's simply a war with the Islamic resistance in Gaza. You don't need Britain and France and Germany lining up to send troops and Patriot anti-aircraft missiles and so on being placed all over in bases around. Not at all. because they also know that this plan is for a bigger war, and the target is Iran. Well, then, the Iranian foreign minister is reported to have said recently that Israel has already crossed the red line. And so now this video is being recorded to share with you my view that yes, indeed, we're going to witness soon the war being expanded, and that Iran will be in the war. And we mentioned the implications of war with Iran. Not just that Iran will become a nuclear power immediately, but other than that. We said that Iran will block the Straits of Hormuz. Iran has the capacity to do that. And when the Straits of Hormuz are blocked and oil cannot get through, the supply of oil is disrupted, the price of oil is going to escalate. It's now almost $100 a barrel. Very soon it will reach 150 and more than that. And as the price of oil goes up, something mysterious will happen to the world of money. Why? What connection is there between the price of oil and money? Answer, it's bogus money. It's fraudulent money. It's haram money being used by all of us today, all of us. Paper money, plastic money, electronic money, cryptocurrencies, central bank digital currencies, all of them. This is the subject I will be teaching on the 17th of December, this December, inshallah, in a seminar in Manchester.